Welcome to Scanco's 5-minute video, Cutting Physical Count Time. In 20 years of offering barcoding solutions, we have yet to meet a distributor who enjoys their annual physical count. There really is nothing fun about being called in to work overtime, writing down thousands of item numbers, and then spending hours entering those counts into Mass 90 or Mass 200. But it doesn't have to be that way. With Scanco's automation series, you can complete a physical count with only a handful of people in 75% less time. Here's how it works. The inventory is frozen in Mass 90 or Mass 200, and the handheld instantaneously has that information available. You have the option to count within a wireless network or in a remote location outside of a wireless network. If I were to be counting at a remote location, I would select the sync icon on the handheld to download all of the available items as well as the freeze file from the PC by check marking each of these boxes and pressing continue. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to be scanning everything in a wireless environment, so I'll select the back icon to move back to my main menu and then select the count icon to begin my physical count. The handheld will automatically default to warehouse 000 because when I logged into the handheld, that's the warehouse that I selected. It will also give me a series of directions on the upper left-hand corner. In this case, it's asking me to scan my first item number. If I scan an invalid item, it will catch that error immediately so that nothing that is incorrect data is being sent over to Mass 90 or Mass 200. So I'll say OK and then scan the correct item. The handheld will then display some important information for me doing a physical count. It will display the unit of measure, which is the stock unit of measure, as eaches, so that I know when I'm entering in the quantity, I need to enter that quantity in eaches. It's also displaying the bin location, so if I've scanned an item that is not in this default bin location, I can put it in its correct place. Next, I'll enter the item quantity as 10 on the keypad and press Enter. The automation series is now prompting me to scan the next item number. My next item is lotted, so the instructions change a bit on the handheld. It will display the unit of measure and the bin location, but it will now prompt me to scan a lot number. If I scan that lot number, it lets me know that lot Jan 10 has not been frozen for item number 8972. I have the option now to dynamically add that lot number to the freeze file or to say no, that I only want to count the items that are frozen. In my case, I'm going to say yes to add that to the freeze file. It would like to know the quantity in that lot, so I'm going to put in a quantity of 5 and press Enter. The handheld now loops back to the lot number field, so I can enter additional lots against that item, or I can press Finished Item to move on to the next item to scan. My next item is serialized, so the prompts once again will change. This item has not been added to the freeze file. I'm going to add it dynamically right now. It tells me the unit of measure, the bin location, but it also displays a running total of the count of that serialized item. It defaults to a quantity of 1 so that I don't have to do unnecessary manual data entry. Next, it's prompting me for the serial number, so I'll scan my serial number. And notice that it loops right back to the serial number field. So if I have several serialized items, I can scan down the line of all of those barcodes without having to take a break to do any extra steps. If I'm done scanning all of my serialized items, I can press Finished Item and scan the next item. If I've finished my physical count, I would select Options on the lower left-hand corner of the screen and then Proceed to send all of the data to Mass 90. It gives me a notice that it's sending all of the data to Mass. Would I like to continue? I'm going to say, OK, please do continue. And in the background, within the barcode module, I have the unattended barcode module import running. So every 6 seconds, this import is polling for files coming from the handheld and then creating a transaction entry in Mass 90. In our case, it's creating a physical count transaction entry. To view what's been imported, we would go into the Inventory Management folder, Physical, and then Physical Count Entry. If I select the Lines tab, It will show me each of these items that I have frozen and counted dynamically from the handheld. We have 10 of this printer stand with basket. We have 5 of this this lotted item and 1 of the serialized item, all without a stroke of manual data entry. And that's how you complete a physical count in 75% less time.